Hey! I can't be on camera. Fuck. Come on, Cody, figure it out, dude. So, besides buying this new house, now lately, this entire off season, I've actually been rehabbing my knees from last year and have come a significant way of progress, which is great. But along with that, I am tearing down trees, which is unfortunate because my wife and I love the planet, and doing a lot of yard work. Every day is pretty much hop on a tractor for 2 hours after I get home from gym and throwing. So from probably about 2 to 4:30, I am in the backyard working, and then 4:30, at 4 o'clock, I'll take a split-second break to go turn the sauna on. So when I'm done working, I can just hop straight in the sauna, and I don't have to worry about waiting for it to warm. Yeah, I'm in San Diego. Yeah.
What brought you out here?
Well, my wife and I were looking for a house to, since we just got married, looking for a house to move in, raise a family up in. And I asked her, I said, you have two choices, and everybody knows this who lives in California. You can either buy property and live at the beach and have nothing and be next to all your neighbors, or you can move away from the beach and be inland more, and you can have some acreage if you can find it. So she, being from Iowa, not Iowa State either, everybody, Iowa University, there's a big difference, wanted land because that's what she grew up on. So I said, absolutely, let's do it. So found this piece of property for us, and she has turned this house into a house that I never saw. Actually, I didn't like the house when we bought it, and I never told her that until after the purchase and we'd start doing all the remodels. She goes, wait, you didn't like the house? I said, no, I fucking hated it. Absolutely hated it. And she goes, so why'd you buy the house? I said, because you had the dream. I said, if it's your dream, I'll make it come true, whatever you want. So she said, okay. And she was completely shook off of it, but I was like, yeah, babe, I didn't want this house. I wanted a house that was like a little bit darker. They had like these all wood floors. I'm a clean freak, and they had central vacuuming, so that I can just plug a vacuum in and vacuum in that area, and all go to the same spot. Now this house, it was older. I didn't like much of the things. Everything felt crammed. That other one was very open. My dad, being the contractor, talks to my wife. He goes, what do you want? She goes, open floor. They ripped everything out, man. The whole inside, like, very crammed. Beautiful house, all craftsman done. My wife hated the craftsmanship. She wanted everything kind of plain and the new modern, very modern and simplistic look. Yeah. And so they ripped everything out. My dad put a custom island in there. So it is 8 feet wide by 16 feet long. Oh, full concrete slab, full custom made.
Damn, that's a big ass.
8 feet wide by 16 feet long. Like, think about how many beer pong games you can play on that thing, right? And now that I'm starting to see this dream come to fruition, it's like, I see it now. Like, I understand why you wanted this house. And I'm like, great, I love it now. So our dog loves it. He's got, like I said, like 2.5, 3 acres just to go run around on and enjoy. So it was a big upgrade from a little condo that we were living in at 1,400 feet to now living in 3,200 feet. So she's happy, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters, man.
So besides that, off season's been going good. We threw a bullpen yesterday. Bullpen was actually one of the best bullpens I felt all off season so far. We got another one tomorrow, so that'll be a nice light, kind of little, what we like to call a touchy-feely. Just kind of touch the mound and feel it all out. So besides that, now we're running to the dump. Part of my everyday feels like routine that's been for the last 3 months. Grab a load, toss it in the trailer in the back, and hit the road running. It usually takes me about 45 minutes, unfortunately, but it's all part of it. So not 1,000% sure, but that is my ultimate dream for the property, is to put a gym on it. So later down in life, if I want to give out lessons, I have a place to do it. Also, I kind of have my own Zen space. My wife and I are very, we're meditation people. We go through mental practices and things like that. So just kind of have your own space to be able to, if I can't make it down to the gym, I can at least have my own place to be able to lift at.
And do you meditate when you're doing sauna and?
Yeah, sauna's like my wife and I do it together, but if she's not there, it's like my kind of And when I say this, like every man will know this, it's like your time to kind of go like blank, to kind of like shut down and like feel into like whatever you kind of felt for the day. Because I'm a red line kind of guy. Like everything I do is full speed all day long, all the time. And then when I have finally time to sit in my sauna, it's like everything is just decompressed and I can kind of forget about the rest of the world.
So that's kind of your meditation time?
It is, yeah. I meditate in the morning. I do some breath work practice, and then do my journaling, and then I hit the road at 6:45.
That probably hugely translates over to your playing too.
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of progress over the last year and a half for sure. Just finding some breath work and being able to, if things go bad, what do I need to do and how can I get back into the mode in which I need to be in, and that's the competitive state, and that's like the fight or flight kind of thing, right? So instead of going into like, oh no, panic mode, just for me, I have like a couple resets, places that I look at, catch my breath real quick, and then be able to focus back onto the next pitch. Because I mean, we all give up home runs, so it's like that's not what you want, or like a bad play might happen. And instead of getting frustrated with a bad play, if you can reset yourself, then there's less worries about everything else. You're able to not worry about the last pitch, but worry about the pitch that you're about to throw. In Japan, there is an international scout that scouts you. So pretty much there's the international scout connects and talks to the team, and then he talks to you through the team. So when I was getting scouted and signed from my last team, I was on the Nippon Ham Fighters. Now I am with the Sendai Eagles. This new scout is a huge 49ers fan. I was like, this is great. So, but what they do is, so like for me, when I was in the States playing for Pittsburgh, this international scout reaches out to your agent and they say, hey, the Fighters want to sign Cody. They're interested in it, they want to sign him. And then they have to go through the team, and then they have to talk to the team about getting your release signed. So kind of like how in Japan, when you hear about them waiting for them to be posted, it's the same thing. Like the team has to be able to release you so that way you can sign with the Japanese team. I'm a free agent after this last year. He reached out to my agent and said, hey, the Eagles in Sendai are interested in Cody. Would you guys be willing to talk about an offer? And obviously we said yes, and now we're with the Eagles.
Yeah.
So I have had an amazing time in Japan. I am actually very excited due to the fact I get to go play with Masahiro Tanaka.
Oh wow.
So I get to go be with teammates with Tanaka. So very excited about that. I mean, obviously just because of who he is and everything he did over here in the States. But
You're gonna learn a splitter?
So that's one thing that I've been learning the last year is the splitter. It's funny you say that. Yeah, it's been tough for me to throw, and they all have smaller hands, and it's just like it's super natural for them. And I'm like, I've never thought about throwing a splitter. I have massive hands, but like everybody's like, you should throw a splitter, and I was like, yeah, but what about your elbow? And they're like, no, if you throw it a certain way. So in Japan, they talk about keeping a flat wrist when they throw. So they talk about throwing a splitter very flat. Rather than in like how I always thought, it's like you have to turn it over and like create this, and that is creating the tension on your elbow. But if you keep it flat, there's no strain on your elbow.
Totally. And
I was like, that's crazy. Never even thought about that. So yeah, that's one of my new pitches that I'm trying to figure out right now.
You time yourself 10 minutes?
10 minutes, so we'll call it 28. Let's see if my guy will let me. Gosh, dang it! I hate being good.
World record?
World record. I wish. There's a guy that I usually talk to. His name's Rodrigo. He works here. Every time I see him at the front, oh hey Cody, hey Rodrigo. That's how many times I've been here. They said become friends with everybody when you move into town. Yeah, okay. Never told you to become friends with the guys at the dump. That's for sure. My goodness. I would play catch and be done at 11:30 at the gym. 11:30, 12, be home by like 1 o'clock, and I'd work and load the trailer and then take it straight to the dump. So I was probably doing a dump a day for 5-6 days a week. Wife would come home, I would come home, say hello to my wife. All right, babe. I'm gonna take off.
You go see my friends at the
I'm
dump.
gonna go see my friends at the dump. And Snoop Dogg says I quit smoking. I'm not sponsored, but hey, Solo Stove, anytime you want. I built my own cold tub, but for right now, I got to get it re-insulated. So everything is actually in here. I was gonna try to have it fixed and ready for you guys so we can use it, but so it's all.
So this is all like what the.
So
poles-
this is all just here, all just the sauna and the cold tub, but. Right now I don't have the cold tub working, so the pool's cold enough at 52, so I might as well just jump into that big old thing. I'll wake up at 5:30, and then I try to, lately I've just been it's easier to jump in the pool than it is jump in there, but jump in the pool lately for like 2 minutes and then get my day started. Pretty fun. It's a nice cold way to start the day. So you're doing is so what happens is there's a heat barrier that gets put around your body, and if you don't move, the heat barrier will keep you warm. So your body's naturally going to keep you warm. So by being in a larger body of water, there's more movement, so it's going to feel colder for longer. So I'll start with 3 minutes here. So we got 30 seconds left. Then we go sit in the sauna for 10. Nice. But the first one is usually a little longer because it takes a little bit more to warm up. And then it's like usually, so for me it's 15 to 15. I'm breathing out of my mouth and in through my nose. And you'll actually feel your body warm up after like 5 or 6 breaths. 10 seconds. That's good. Sit on the right side. You're right. But yeah, so usually I like to, and Andrew Huberman talked about it, my son I like to keep between like 180 to 200. In Japan, it's usually like 97, I think. No, 95. Yeah, 95, 97, which is like 201, 202. And it's dry as shit. So before I get in, I usually will wet this all down. So you have a little bit more of humidity in here, and it's more like quicker sweat. The hardest part is like when it starts getting hot, and you're like, and your heart rate starts going through the roof, which is what they say is actually the most beneficial part of it. Yeah, right back to it. All right. We love content. We love baseball. We love content. We love baseball. A little steamy. See what I mean? How it's easier already? No, because your body's already at 200 degrees. So this is also like another place where I'll like in a sense meditate. Because at 4:30, sun's going down. I got the palm trees and the sunset. And I just sit here just thinking about what I want, thinking about what I'm trying to achieve, and just breathe in all those achievements and breathe out all the negativity. So like my right now is I'm trying to achieve being one of the best pitchers in Japan. I'm trying to be a great teammate. I'm trying to be a great husband. What do I need? I need the energy from the world. I need the energy from the universe. I need health. I'm trying to breathe in health. I'm trying to breathe in abundance, whether that's abundance of love, abundance of money, however you want to see it. So this is when you create your meditation time, and you can just kind of sit here and just breathe. Great job, 2 minutes. Easy peasy, right? I love nature, dude. I think it's the sickest thing in the world.